Hello and welcome to Gladys Cake Kitchen. Today I am making these simple brown butter banana cinnamon cupcakes topped with caramel flavored French buttercream and completed with a drizzle of caramel sauce. This recipe is an adaptation of a layer cake recipe, and details of this cupcake recipe and a link to the layer cake is in the description box for you. To make these cupcakes, the cupcake tins are lined with cases ready for use later. These are regular muffin-sized cupcake cases about 3 inches in diameter, which are different from the mini or fairy-sized cupcakes. For best results, the tins are 1.5 inches deep to hold and help the cupcakes form. Quality liners will guarantee great results which will not peel or leak with oil. My best recommended cupcake cases used to be the Aldi brand of muffin-sized liners, but in place of those, I'll recommend the Dr. Oetker brand, which is what I am using here. And by the way, this video is not sponsored. When the cupcake tins are lined, the trays are set aside and it's time to make the cupcake batter. For convenience, I'll be mixing the batter in this K-Mix stand mixer, but the quantity of ingredients for these cupcakes can be mixed using a simple hand mixer. I have already gone ahead and measured the ingredients, which is on screen for you, and into the mixing bowl goes in some margarine, brown sugar, caster sugar and some brown butter, which has been left to set into solid form. Details of how this was made is part of the layer cake video, which is linked in the description box for you. The sugar and margarine are stirred together and set on the stand mixer to start creaming for a total of 6 minutes. 3 minutes in, the mixer is stopped and the creamed mixture is scraped together for a uniform mix. The stand mixer, though, I must say, does a good job of creaming without needing to scrape in the ingredients together, which I do as a matter of habit and preference. A comprehensive video of this mixer is linked in the description box for you, which is not sponsored. I bought this mixer myself, so what I say about it is exactly my experience. The bowl is set back to cream for an additional 3 minutes, and when the cream mixture is light and pale in color, the eggs are broken and added, after which the mixer is stopped and the eggs stirred into the mix. The eggs are left to cream into the sugar and margarine mix for another 2 minutes on high before the flour is introduced. The flour has cinnamon, nutmeg and a pinch of salt mixed in already. 2/3 of the portion of flour is added into the mixing bowl before buttermilk goes in. Crushed bananas follow and the rest of the flour is then added. Before the flour is all mixed into the mixture, the mixer is stopped and the butter is mixed in by hand to help it along to achieve a homogeneous mix without overbeating the batter and developing the gluten. We're aiming for a lightly textured crumb to these cupcakes, hence the addition of buttermilk. But after mixing by hand, the batter is set back on the mixer for another 20 seconds before the batter is now distributed into cupcake cases, with each case filled with a scoop and a half of the batter. The batter by itself is intensely flavorful and tastes great in its raw form, but better preferred when baked. When dishing the batter, the scoop is occasionally dipped in hot water to help the distribution along without having too much batter sticking to the scoop. And when all the cupcake cases are filled, they are set to bake in a 165-degree convection fan oven for 20 to 22 minutes. When complete, we have some evenly baked, lightly textured cupcakes ready to be frosted, but first they are passed onto a tray to let cool completely before frosting with buttercream. The cupcakes are brought back to be topped with a swirl of buttercream, lightly flavored with caramel. Both the caramel and buttercream recipes are linked in the description box for you, but essentially 2 tablespoonfuls of caramel sauce is added into French buttercream and mixed together. This is then filled into a piping bag for topping onto the cupcakes. After piping a simple swirl of buttercream, we now have a drizzle of caramel sauce to finish up these cupcakes, which is rather simple to make. A portion of caramel could have been filled into the cupcakes first by coring the center, but I wanted to keep the flavors balanced and not overwhelm the cupcakes, as there were already spices such as cinnamon. Banana was already in the batter too. The caramel was to serve as an accompanying flavor, hence the light use. But that said, the cupcakes are done now and ready to be served. These were made as part of my Christmas cupcakes, which also included some gingerbread cookie cupcakes and red velvet cupcakes. These are on screen for you to check out. I'm sure I'll be back with some more simple recipes for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.